Sometimes, love isn't something you find it. It's something that quietly grows between two hearts that have been there all along. This is the story of Aisha and Rehan. They had been best friends since they were 10, sitting next to each other in class simply because no one else wanted the window seat. Aisha was talkative and full of energy, always asking questions. Rehan was calm and shy, and he always ended up answering her endless whys and hows. They grew up together, studying for exams, playing badminton after school, sharing secrets during lunch breaks. When Aisha got her first heartbreak at 16, it was Rehan who brought her chocolate and said, "One day someone will love you for all that you are." She smiled and asked, "Like you?" He laughed, hiding the tiny spark that lit up inside him. Back then, they were just friends, or so they told themselves. Years passed, went to different colleges, but their bond never broke. Every call, every message, every silly meme kept them close. When Aisha felt lost, she'd call Rehan, and he would always listen, even at 2 a.m. When Rehan got his first job in another city, Aisha helped him pack. "Don't forget me when you become rich," she joked. "I couldn't even if I tried." She looked at him for a moment longer than usual that day, but said nothing. Months turned into years again. One evening, Rehan called her out of the blue. His voice sounded different, softer, more distant. "Aisha, I met someone." For a second, her heart skipped a beat. "That's great," she said, trying to sound happy. "Who is she?" "Works in my office. Her name is Sana. She's kind, funny." His words faded in her ears. She congratulated him, but when she hung up, her eyes filled with tears she couldn't understand. That night, she lay awake, asking herself a question she had never dared to ask before. Had she been in love with her best friend all along? A few months later, Rehan visited home. They met at their favorite cafe, the same one where they used to share fries and laugh about life. But this time, it felt different. Rehan looked older, more confident, but there was a sadness in his eyes. "How is Sana?" she asked softly. He sighed. "We broke up last month. She wanted someone who could give her more time, more emotion. I tried, but..." Aisha felt a strange mix of pain and relief. "I'm sorry," she said quietly. He smiled faintly. "Maybe love isn't meant for everyone." She looked at him and whispered, "Maybe you were just giving it to the wrong person." For a moment, silence filled the air. Their eyes met, and something unspoken passed between them, something that had been waiting for years. After that evening, they started spending more time together, watching movies, helping each other with work, teasing like old times. But now, every smile felt deeper. Every touch lingered longer. Rehan began to notice things he'd missed before: the way Aisha's eyes lit up when she talked about her dreams, the way her laughter made everything feel lighter. And Aisha noticed the way Rehan always looked at her like she was someone he didn't want to lose again. Still, neither of them said a word. One day, Aisha got a job offer in another country. It was her dream job. When she told Rehan, his smile faltered. "That's amazing," he said softly. "You really deserve this." But that night he couldn't sleep. The thought of her leaving filled him with panic. It lost her to distance once before, and he couldn't bear to lose her again, not when he finally understood what she meant to him. The night before her flight, they met one last time. "I'll miss you, Rehan," Aisha said, looking out at the city lights. He took a deep breath. "Aisha, before you go, I need to tell you something." Her eyes softened, waiting. "I tried to fall in love with other people," he said. "But somehow, I kept comparing them to you. You've been my best friend all my life, but I think you've been more than that for a long time. I was just too scared to admit it." Tears gathered in Aisha's eyes. "Rehan," he continued, "if you go, I'll still support you. But I need you to know I love you. I always have." She stood silent, then took a step closer. "I think I always loved you too," she whispered. "I just didn't realize it until I almost lost you." Rehan smiled through his tears. "And maybe it's not too late." She touched his cheek, her smile soft. "It never is, when the heart finds home." A few months later, Aisha returned. She had taken the job, but she came back because she realized something sexist meant nothing without someone to share it with. Rehan was waiting at the airport, holding a single sunflower, her favorite. When she saw him, she dropped her bag and ran into his arms. And for the first time, there were no unspoken words, no hesitation. Just a love that had quietly grown over the years, finally ready to bloom. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to subscribe to Heart Talk, stories where love begins in friendship, survives through time, and blossoms into forever.